Emily.
I'm Lori.
We are Princess of the Puck, and we are here today with some Toffoli cupcakes and sprinkles.
Yeah.
You guys, they're so cool.
They're so pretty, and they look so yummy, and we are going to eat them later.
I'm definitely going to eat Toffoli's face, guys. That sounded weird.
Weirder
than
really weird.
I did.
Oh no. Oh no.
There's sprinkles we'll get everywhere. But yes, so there's Toffoli cupcake goodness. Sadly, there were no Toffoli cupcakes in the game last night.
So sad, so sad.
It was not our greatest performance last night.
Not our greatest performance.
Credit where credit's due. The Sharks did play well, and they forced us to play badly, but we were in the penalty box, what, 5 times?
I think so. And
Doughty, Kopitar, LeCavalier, those are 3 players you do not want to see in the penalty box.
You really don't. And I had this argument actually this morning with a friend who's a Sharks fan, and he was saying how well the Sharks played, which I give them credit. They did play well. They've been playing well all season. And that top line, Thornton, Pavelski, they're amazing. And I give a lot of credit to Brent Burns. He's an offensive power to reckon with. That said, I've tried to explain to him how we are not playing Kings hockey.
We are not. How you said 17, 18 turnovers?
I think we had something like that. It was 15 plus turnovers or giveaways in the game, which is very un-Kings-like. Once again, you know, the habit that we established at the end of the season where we let in late period goals.
Oh my God, close out a period, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's not been good. And
it's been very frustrating. And I think I said at the end of the season, if the Kings play like they did in the Ducks game, where they were tight and they were forechecking and their defense was on point, we'll be fine. If we play like we did in the last game, it's going to be concerning, and I was concerned last night. There were lots of areas of concern that the Kings need to work on if they are going to win it in 6 or 7, as I believe we both predicted.
Absolutely. I predicted Kings in 6, and I'm sticking with that prediction, of course. I'm not going to change midstream.
One game, the game,
you know,
the world is ending. It's terrible. It will be okay.
Yeah. However, we have a lot of things that we really need to clean up if we're going to win, and I think number 1, stay out of the penalty box.
Oh my God, yes.
Don't give them a shot, because they have a great power play and they're going to take advantage of it like they did last night.
3rd best in the league, I think it was, in the regular season, and the first goal they got back was a power play goal.
Right.
The fact that Trevor Lewis scored shorthanded was the weirdest anomaly on so many levels, but I just have to talk about it because it was gorgeous. It
was.
If Trevor Lewis could do that all the time, I mean, he was patient, he waited for the defenseman to go down, he picked his spot, and it was stunning.
I would love to see play. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're always excited for a shorthanded goal because how great is that when the other team thinks they've got you and oops, they don't. And he took advantage of some really tired Sharks and a turnover, and it was gorgeous. You're right. It was absolutely beautiful.
And then before we were done celebrating, they scored they got it right back. So a little less of that LA Kings team.
So this is what I was trying to explain to my Sharks friend. This is so not Kings hockey to do something like that. So yes, of course the Sharks were good and they took advantage of it, but we just blew it. We blew it.
We blew it. Was it the first Sharks goal? No, it was the second one where they scored right off of the face-off.
That's right.
Quick didn't even see it. He was not ready. So
not good.
No, it was a little concerning. He did make some amazing saves, but so did Jones. Have you ever noticed how completely different they are?
They're very different. You know, Quickie is very acrobatic and very kind of always moving, following, tracking the puck really well. Jones is very calm and steady. Doesn't move across his crease the way Quick does. I think they're, you know, both good goalies. Obviously, Quick is more proven. But I think Jones is going to be a great goalie, and it's just sad to see him playing for the Sharks.
It is. So we both predict the Kings in 6 if they can clean up a little bit of what they did last night. Martinez actually didn't play in the entire 3rd period.
So this is another worrisome point. He didn't.
Let's point out all the bad things that are happening.
I mean, we really needed him back. He's been strong for us this year, and I think that maybe this is a case of Sutter playing him a little too early. He wasn't quite ready. He probably said he was ready. He wanted to get in there. And it just wasn't the right thing to do because I don't know how long we're going to have him out for now, but clearly there's a problem.
So if we can fix our blue line just a little bit sharper, I think we've got what it takes.
Yeah, I always you know, I always think they have what it takes, and I would never underestimate the Kings, especially after our 2014 series with the Sharks and the Ducks and the Blackhawks and the Rangers. I would never underestimate them, but at the same time, what they've been doing maybe the last dozen games, from, you know, end of the season to now, it's not a good trend, and
the fact that we have done it before a lot, you know, everyone, I've done it myself. Oh, in 2014 we went down 3-0 and we won. It was fine. If we keep resting in our laurels like that and underestimating the Sharks, I don't think that's gonna end.
Agreed.
So
just grabbing cupcake before
don't go
away. It's very windy here, in case you hadn't noticed.
Yes. So Carter did actually do some beautiful things last night, so I think Carter and Toffoli can combine and do something great on Saturday.
I certainly hope so. How do you feel about Brown on that line with them?
I'm not loving it. I like Brown, I do.
I'm a Brown defender, but I gotta say, here's my big beef with Brown. Brown sometimes will take the puck, beautifully weaving through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, and then boom, it's gone. And I don't know if he needs to figure out that, okay, you got two guys on you, look around for help. He just never can complete.
I liked him on the Kopitar-Lucic line. I thought that went really well because as he would do that, Kopitar and Lucic are good at picking that up. Luch is a big guy, so if the Sharks happen to get it, he can kind of smash them. Luch and Clifford last night, big hits in the first period. Big hitters.
Clifford's hit on Wingles was awesome.
It was gorgeous.
I don't like Wingles, so there you go.
So we have what it takes. It's going to be a long, grueling series for sure. Kings on top. I was like,
let's hope. Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
So elsewhere in the league, Dallas won 4-0.
Yes, not that surprised.
Not at all.
Unfortunately, the Wild have Parise out again. They were without him and another key player who's I'm losing. Sorry, you guys are probably yelling it as you're watching, but anyway, they're without two key players, and I don't think that they were. I mean, they're certainly the underdog going into this.
For sure, they're scrappy and they're used to being the underdog, and I think they may pull off a couple of games, but Dallas is there's no way.
Yeah, I've got Dallas in this one for sure.
I do too. Dallas and Chicago Blues series.
Ooh.
That's hotly contended.
I have the Blues in this series.
Okay.
And
I would love you to be right.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I think that the Blues have played really well, especially towards the end of the season.
Yes.
I think they're very aware that if they don't do well in the playoffs, now Ken Hitchcock's job is probably on the line. They've stuck with him through a lot, but I think that this is it.
I mean, the last few playoff series, the Hawks took him out. They were up 2-0, and then they took him out. The year before, 2014, they were up 2-0. No, 2013, they were up 2-0. We took them out.
We took them out. That's right.
Their playoff record is not stellar, and
it's not good. And I think they've got some veterans on that team that are tired of that, and they want to change it. And I think that right now Chicago is a little bit vulnerable.
I agree. And my Hawks friend actually agrees with me. He said, you know, we're not as strong as we were. They had Duncan Keith out for the first game. He will be back.
Should have been out for a lot more games than that.
He should, but he'll be back after his suspension, so we'll see how that affects it. It was 1-0 overtime. It took about 10 minutes in overtime for them to finally get past
It did.
Crawford.
And I mean, the Blues are not a high-scoring team generally.
No.
They play that grind game just like we do. That's why our series with them is always very tight.
Yes.
And I expect it to kind of go that way. But I think they can wear Chicago down.
I do too.
I think that Chicago, like we were last year, is very tired from playing all the games they played, becoming Stanley Cup champions last year.
Yeah.
And I think they just look a little bit worn down, a little bit vulnerable, and if the Blues can capitalize on that, there you go. So I have the Blues in 6, actually.
I picked the Hawks only because their track record is so much better than the Blues. I would love to be proven wrong. Blues, if you want to take Lori's, that would be great. I am completely okay with being wrong on this. And then the Ducks.
The Ducks and Predators will play tonight.
Which is weird. They haven't played yet.
I know, it is a little strange.
In the East, the Panthers and Lightning have back-to-back, which is...
That's right, they do.
Really know what the NHL's thinking, but
I'm not sure why it's scheduled that way, but okay, I'll tell you on this one, I voted with my heart and not my head.
You said Predators?
I chose the Predators, and I know there's a couple people who chose them for some good reasons.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do it, but I just decided, okay, on this one I'm going to choose with my heart. My head says Ducks. It'll be a tough series, I think.
I think so too. The Ducks, I fear, are more playoff proven.
They are.
And they did so badly at the beginning, and to come back and then end up winning the Jennings Trophy after they were last in the league. For a good month or two.
You gotta give them credit for that, as much as you might dislike them.
Yes, to be able to come back and do so well at the end of the season. So they're still riding that wave, and I fear they're gonna keep riding it just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think so too, and I also think they have a lot more depth than the Predators do.
They do, yeah.
I think they've really done a good job building that depth, and they're rolling all 4 lines. And
yeah.
I think they have the edge, but I'm still hoping the Predators will pull off a miracle. So.
Yes. Do we want to talk about the East?
Meh.
We don't really care about the East until it gets to the Caps Kings conference final. We've been predicting for a while.
Right. I mean, I can tell you who my picks are. So my picks to move on are Capitals. Panthers.
Yes. Willie Mitchell.
Yeah. Who else we got?
God.
Pittsburgh.
Yes, Pittsburgh.
Sorry, Rangers. I really like you, and I love Lundqvist, and he's out now, injured, which is really a shame. But I have Pittsburgh going.
Huge shame. And the only reason that I said the Rangers would take as many games as they did, I think I said it in 6 or 7, is because of Lundqvist. So if he's out, Penguins all the way. There's no.
I mean, Penguins are working with their backup. I think they're backup to backup right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did really well.
He did very well, and Raanta did a good job too for the Rangers. But obviously he's not Lundqvist, and I don't know. I just feel that Pittsburgh has so much momentum right now. They've been playing so well. Yeah. I don't see that stopping.
Yeah, they're like the Ducks. They're riding that wave, and I think that'll take them at least out of round 1. And then Lightning, Red Wings. Again, this is a hard thing for me. I loathe the Red Wings. It's my Avalanche fan in me. We cannot like the Red Wings. So, Lightning.
I actually have Lightning going through, and they have some injuries. Obviously, they're missing Stamkos, which is huge for them.
Huge. Yeah.
They're missing Strawman, I believe.
That's the other one. We're trying to think of that the other day.
Yeah. However, I still see them pulling through. I really
do too. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting playoff race. Ignore the loss yesterday, guys. Get some Toffoli cupcakes.
Yeah, it'll make you feel better, if nothing else. So.
Yes. I was going to say eat Toffoli's face, but it really does sound weird.
I think you said that earlier, and we're probably going to get some comments for that. So remember, she said it, not me.
That was me. So until the next round, guys, go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.